Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? In this audio, I wanted to talk about something very important when you're dealing with girls, right? When you're dealing with chicks, when you're dating chicks, you have to pay attention to everything. Everything? Yes, everything. What do I mean by that? You have to pay attention to everything because you have to basically see the type of girl that you're dealing with. So when I say pay attention to everything, I mean everything from the time you first walk up to her and, open your mouth to talk. And, even to when you get her number, to when you're on the date, to when you're, talking to her on the date, whatever it is, you have to pay attention to everything. So basically, you have to pay attention to what this girl says, and also you got to pay attention to what this girl does. And then you have to see if what she's saying and what she does matches up, right? So for example, let's say, you're talking to a girl and, the topic comes up of being late or whatever. And she's like, oh, I'm never late. I'm always on time. I make sure I leave the house at least 45 minutes, before I even need to be at a place. I just like to be on time and all this other stuff, right? And then you say, okay, cool. That, you're talking about that. Next thing you know, you have a date with the chick and she's late. So what she's saying and what she does is not matching up. So you pay attention to that because now you know who you're really dealing with. It's not the chick who said she's never late. You're actually dealing with the chick who comes late. Do you understand what I'm saying when I say you got to pay attention to everything? And the reason why you got to pay attention to these things is because it's showing you what type of girl you're dealing with, right? Pay attention to if the girl follows instructions. Does she follow instructions or not? I notice a lot of times, I'll be on an online dating site and I'll tell a girl, I'll be like, here's my number. Text me your number right now. Right. And then some girls, they'll text it to me and some girls won't text it to me and they'll still be, chatting with me on the actual site. You understand? So I'm paying attention to that. I'm paying attention to if she follows instructions. Right. Because I'm asking her, or I'm basically telling her, matter of fact, to, text me her number right now. Right? And by her not doing it, it's showing that she doesn't follow instructions. So I say to myself, do I want to deal with a girl who's not following instructions? Right? So that's what I'm saying. You got to pay attention to everything because next thing you know, let's say I get with her and let's say, we going out, we hanging out. And let's say I actually want to get into a serious thing with this woman. I don't want to be with a chick who's not following instructions. And it seems like it's something small, but the thing is, if they can't follow instructions by you telling them something to do that's really simple, how do you think they're going to do that when you need them to follow instructions when you're, telling them to do something that's, bigger than what you're telling them to do now? You understand? So this is why you got to pay attention to everything, right? You tell a girl, hey, let's go out on a date. Does she show up for the date? Or is she flaky? You understand? Like, did she actually come there? Did she flake out on you? Pay attention to that. If she flaked, did she apologize for flaking? Pay attention to that. You understand? Does she cooperate? Or does she, give you a hard time? When you were talking to her and you said, hey, give me your number, did she, just give it to you just like that? Or did she give you a hard time, while you were trying to get the number? Pay attention to all that, right? If you're on the date, is she constantly checking her phone or all up on her phone? Is she paying attention to you? Pay attention to that, right? You got to pay attention to everything. Have you caught her in a lie? I've actually been with women who they'll tell me one thing, and this is in the next, something else they're telling me is contradicting what they told me before. So let's say, for example, I'll meet a woman, on a Monday when I first met her, and then she'll tell me some shit. And then let's say I go out with her, let's say that Thursday or Friday, right? Then, we're hanging out and all this other stuff. And then we go out on a second date that next, let's say Friday. So it's been like 2 weeks. And then she'll say something on that second date that basically showed me that she lied to me that first Monday we were talking. Right? But I was paying attention. She forgot she told me that shit. And the shit she's telling me now, after 2 weeks, contradicts what she told me before. Right? So I'm not technically calling her out on it, but I'm paying attention and I'm saying to myself, do I want to deal with a chick who's lying to me like that? And now the thing is, a lot of chicks lie. You understand? They're going to lie. Men lie, women lie, whatever it is. But you got to pay attention to that type of situation. And also, I'm paying attention to what she chooses to lie to me about. You understand? Because that's also important. So it's a lot of things you got to, really pay attention to. Another thing you can do is, if you want to sort of see the type of girl you're dealing with, is ask her some questions. Either ask her some questions about herself personally so you can sort of hear what she's saying or, see what she's talking about. And the thing about this is that when you hear what a woman is saying about herself or how she is or the type of person she is, you have to take it with a grain of salt. You have to not take it too seriously because you still have to pay attention to see if her actions match up with what she's saying. So she can say, "Oh, I'm a very, I'm really cool, down to earth person. I don't like drama and all this other stuff." And the next, you see her bringing some drama, and he's like, "What the fuck happened? I thought you know what I'm saying?" Like, so you got to pay attention to that. But when I'm saying question her, you can also ask questions about different topics or situations that technically don't have anything to do with you and her, but just sort of seeing her reaction or her response to whatever topic that is and pay attention to that. So for example, you might say something like, "Oh, did you hear about that thing on the news about that guy who, he proposed to his girlfriend that he knew for only like a week or whatever. What do you think about that?" And then she might say, "Oh, well, I think that's great because I don't see the point in waiting so long to propose because I feel like, you should propose as soon as possible. The sooner the better and blah, blah, blah." And so now you like her reaction, you're paying attention to what she's saying because she's saying what she believes about that type of topic. So now you're looking at her like, okay, well, she seems like she's trying to, get married soon because based off of what she's saying off of that topic that you're bringing up. So again, pay attention to everything, right? Is she easily offended? Or, is she the type of chick who is not easily offended? Does she have an attitude with just with things in general or just people or whatever? I remember I was out with this girl one time. We were hanging out. I was at an event, and then after the event, we went to go get some pizza or something like that. And her phone charger or her phone was like dying or some shit. And she got so upset about that and just had a crazy ass attitude about it. And she was like walking around looking for, we in the store, she's like looking for a plug so she can plug in her phone. And she's like, "Oh my God, my fucking phone. And this is fucked up. And I'm so mad." Like, I'm just like, yo, like, I'm looking at her like, chill the fuck out. And the thing was, I thought she was cute. But then, when I saw her act that way, I was like, yeah, I'm not really going to even try to push up on her. And, because we just went to go get something to eat after the event. I didn't even really push up on her yet. But when I saw her acting that way, I was like, yeah, I'm not doing it. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to pay attention to everything. So, why do you do this? Why do you pay attention to everything? And again, you pay attention so you can see who you're dealing with, and also so that you can decide what you want to do with her, right? Because if you're dealing with a chick who, let's say, for example, what the girl I was talking about who had the, fit about her phone, right? I might say, this chick has a crazy attitude problem, but, she's kind of cute. She got a little fatty, so I might still, holler at her and just try to smash maybe once or twice and then I'm out. You feel what I'm saying? Or if you're dealing with a chick who's cooperating, who gives you the phone number really, without any trouble, who shows up for the date, you understand? Or if she's late, she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I apologize. Let me buy you this drink to show my appreciation for you waiting for me. Like if you're dealing with a chick like that, you might be like, hey, might have to stick around with this one. I might have to keep her on the team, and and maybe I might make this one wifey. You're probably thinking that later on, if things progress, right? So paying attention to everything, it makes it easier for you to decide what you want to do with her, right? Because a lot of dudes, you don't want to be the type of dude who, you're just so pussy hungry that you ignore everything that she's doing or saying. Because this is how you get yourself into situations you don't want to be in. Because you weren't paying attention to everything. Right? And so, you decide what you want to do with her. And then also you decide if, you want to charge us at a game and call it a day with her. You might be like, okay, well, I'm definitely not fucking with this girl. Right? And it gives you insight on whether or not you should or shouldn't by paying attention to everything. All right? So guys, you got to make sure you pay attention. It's very important. All right. So that's all I wanted to say for today. Make sure you click the link below if you have any questions for me, and I will holler at you guys later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. Later.
All right, now before you click off this video, I need you to do 3 quick things. First, I need you to click the link below to send me your questions, because if you have any questions, I'll answer them in a video. 2, click the link under that to get my free ebook, The Magnificent 10 Crucial Dating Tips for Men. Gives you 10 tips on how to attract beautiful women. And number 3, I want you to click the link under that to go to badboymembership.com, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video tutorials every month. Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.